Jordan, I'm fly. Fly Jordan, I'm fly. Fly Jordan, I'm fly. Fly Jordan, I'm fly. You ain't rocking these kicks. 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 Cause I'm fly Jordan, I'm fly. Fly Jordan, I'm fly. Fly Jordan, I'm fly. Fly Jordan, I'm fly. You ain't rocking these kicks. 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 No. Yeah, you see me stumping in my fresh boys. Cause I rock nothing but the best, boy. You ain't rocking these kitty poppin' kicks. I be copping that footwear that'll make you float on ball courts, twist, fade away in that hood, yeah. I'm on that bubble, extra hot flow. Type of sneakers that'll have you spending guap, bro. Crossing over cats, killer moves. I got gold strings, I pity the fool. Styling on your whole team crew. You can't bang with me cause I reign through. Ballin' my Hollywood kicks. I'm the man your wife, girl, probably would pick. Cause you loving my multicolors, I make the shoes look spectac. I pull up in that all white, and my chase color white Kit Kats. In order to sport them, gotta keep some chips. Shout out to my sneaker wearing Rican chicks. Y'all be looking so damn sexy, your long hair with your definition. Calf muscles, your legs strap. I must confess, I wanna fly Jordan, I'm fly. Fly Jordan, I'm fly. Fly Jordan, I'm fly. Fly Jordan, I'm fly. You ain't rocking these kicks. 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 Cause I'm fly Jordan, I'm fly. Fly Jordan, I'm fly. Fly Jordan, I'm fly. Fly Jordan, I'm fly. You ain't rocking these kicks. You ain't rocking these kicks. You ain't rocking these kicks. You ain't rocking these kicks, no. Yeah, I'm about to take off like a jet plane. And I ain't even in the jet lane. Flying over that power forward, I'm about to jam on centerpiece. Do it with some sweet finesse, and then my whole team is in the lead. Yeah, a walking bomb, sneakers scorching. It costs a fortune, and I'm trying to get endorsements. Paper stacks in my paper bags, in my shoe box, in my tube socks. I got different colors, I'm different, man. And I'm too hot, but you too not. Keep my fans' eyes wide open. Cause if they blink, they can miss the way I'm stroking. Dropping buckets, I'm dropping dimes. I'm filled with heat, my name LeBron. Take a seat, better watch me do my thing. You ain't gon' waste my time. No, switching lane, finger roll, rockin'. Tag team, Carmelo, John Stockton. All about my Jordan kicks, I weave them out. Was born sick, got future moves, never heard of this. Best kicks, hands down, I murdered it. Fly Jordan, I'm fly. Fly Jordan, I'm fly. Fly Jordan, I'm fly. Fly Jordan, I'm fly. You ain't rocking these kicks. 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 Cause I'm fly Jordan, I'm fly. Fly Jordan, I'm fly. Fly Jordan, I'm fly. Fly Jordan, I'm fly. You ain't rocking these kicks. 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 No. Turn it up. Holly, 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 Hollywood.
Turn your mic on. Yeah, it's your OG, baby. I'm in the building. Mr. Mike, Turndatup Entertainment. And this is another edition of the Turndatup215 Show, hosted by me, your host with the most, your OG with that swag. I got my man Lafayette Jenkins, a.k.a. the Draft Guru, in the building, a.k.a. the office. Say hi to them, Laf.
Hey, what's going on, family? How y'all doing out there today?
That's what I'm talking about. Now, bear with my man. You know, this is first time on the radio. I think all these cameras got him shook. like a deer in headlights right now, but I got his back, all right? But the one thing he do know is football. So tonight, this is what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about football tonight. So make sure you tune in, leave a comment. What's up, Novella? Make sure you tune in, leave a comment. Tonight is all football. Actually, the stage is really going to be his. You know, he's going to be going over some things. We're going to be talking football. We're going to be shooting the breeze, all that good stuff. So tell me, Love, how'd you first get started with being the draft guru? I know, but you got to share with the people. Tell people how you first got started.
I was always a fan of the NFL since I was a little kid. I've been a Dallas Cowboy fan since 1976. And and I've been following the draft since 1980. How I got started was I used to get these Street Smith books, and I noticed on the cover one was a picture of Charles White, who was drafted number 1 in 1979,
Charles White, Michigan, right?
No, USC. USC, running back, drafted by the Cleveland Browns, number 1. So I started reading the book and started following and watching teams, and I remember that year, I think the Bills drafted a receiver that year, and the New Orleans Saints drafted a receiver that year. Bills drafted Perry Tuttle, and the New Orleans Saints drafted a guy named Lindsey Scott.
And what year was that?
1980. I believe it was 1980.
19 fucking, see people, he still remember that shit.
Yeah, and they was both high draft picks.
I don't remember that shit.
Yeah, I do. I remember well. 1980, it was Bills drafted Lindsey Scott. No, Bills drafted Perry Tuttle, and the New Orleans Saints drafted Lindsey Scott. They were pretty high picks. They were number 1 picks, and they both busted out. So
that's how you got started?
Yeah, the following year, I always watched the preseason games. I would sit and watch the draft through and through. At that time, they had 12 rounds at that time, so it was pretty long. It was Friday.
How many rounds is it now?
7.
Just
7 rounds. Yeah, they cut it down.
So they cut it?
Yes.
Ah. See, I didn't know that. I honestly didn't fucking know that. Yeah, 12 rounds back then.
12 rounds back then. And plus, you could deal with the free agents and signings and stuff like that. And just a quick story, 1981, the Cowboys signed 2 undrafted free agents by the name of Everson Walls and Michael Downs. After a 12-round draft, not only did they make the team, but they started from day 1.
Now see, here's the funny thing right here, right? I don't remember that draft, but I damn sure remember the players, though.
Right, 1981.
See, and that's when, that's my expertise, people. I got a lot of games in this ball head right here. But if you ask me who drafted who, and when it get like,
1981.
19 fucking 80. That's amazing. So what about this year's draft? What do you think about this year's draft? Any surprises, anything like that? Besides the people that everybody always talking about?
A surprise to me out of the draft doing the study was the fall of the quarterback.
The quarterback?
The Cardinals quarterback, getting him at 9. Because I felt like
they was talking about him too. What's his name again?
Josh.
The boy, cause they was saying he was a little cocky.
Yeah, well, I think that they concerned he cocky, but you want that in your quarterback. You want your quarterback.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
But I think the league is concerned now because they say that he asks a lot of questions, and I think that he got the ability. With what they concern is now is with this flag thing going on and the protests and all that stuff, that he might be the one guy to have the cachet. That he got Aaron Rodgers type potential, and if he get that cachet and he get to speaking out, that would be a problem because
shit.
Yes, that would definitely be a problem.
So that's the inside scoop you just told us.
Yeah, that's just my opinionating on it, because they were saying you got to listen to what these owners are saying when they talk and they do interviews and stuff. They say little sly words and stuff like that. My opinion, I took from it that that they are concerned about him voicing social issues.
So in other words, he might be somebody with a little power.
Oh, of course, because he's a quarterback for one. He's white too, and like I said again, if he will live on his promise and be a top quarterback in this league, and use that platform, you kidding me? You know what that'll do to this league? That'll be like Aaron Rodgers speaking out right now.
How you feel about that? About the flag thing anyway? And how you feel about? I know you heard about the new rule.
The new rule is
where they got the choice to come out, right?
Yeah, well, like what player, in my opinion, if I'm a player in this league, I'm not standing in the locker room approach, because if you do that, then they're going to point you out and say, well, he's one of the ones that he stay in the locker room, he don't respect the flag, and it's not about that. So you be playing into that narrative, because it's not about the flag.
No, it's not about the flag.
About the military.
No, it's not. And you know what's confusing? A lot of people don't know that.
No, they know.
And the word on the street is, the president made about the fucking flag.
Well, we're not going to get into discussing him, because he's not my president, as far as I can see, and anybody.
All right, their president.
Anybody with any common sense that follow the league like I do knows that this man got a bitter agenda because his friends, his boys won't let him play in the league because he's been trying to get an ownership for years, and they won't allow him to play ball. They won't play ball with him. And also, in addition, he was an owner in the USF.
JFL, yes. I remember that.
And they sued the NFL.
New Jersey Generals, right?
Exactly. They sued the NFL.
See, man, I know a little bit.
And he won.
I remember that.
$1.
I remember that.
So
What that? The first dollar he made or some shit like that?
I don't know what it was. They just gave him.
I remember that.
They paid him $1 bill and a check.
And a check.
Yeah, they gave him a check.
And he been mad fucking every since.
$1. I don't know if they taxed it.
I got a big question for you.
Yeah.
Will the Eagles repeat?
Oh man, I think honestly, evaluating this thing and even though I hate to say it because I'm not an Eagle fan, but it would be a disservice for me to get on here and spew hatred and let it block my intelligence. And I honestly believe that with Carson Wentz at the helm, you might see this thing happen 2 or 3 times.
Within,
I mean, it's going to be, man. I'm telling you, it's going to be something, yo.
I say bullshit. Eagles will not repeat as Super Bowl champs.
Well, that's only because you're speaking out your heart, not with your head. You know what I mean? If you look at the quarterback position, and this guy.
That's why I know this show will be. That's why I know this show will be working.
Yeah, because he got it. Now, I mean, like, hate involved. Like, and the thing that bothers me is, like, I follow the draft. The Dallas Cowboys had this kid at the Senior Bowl for 2 weeks.
Who?
The Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, who?
Carson Wentz. Their coaching staff, their management had this kid in their grips for 2 weeks.
For real?
Yes, they coached this kid at the Senior Bowl for 2 weeks and couldn't see and couldn't evaluate that talent to see this. But you know what it was?
What?
They seen it, but they were so tied into Romo financially and Jerry Jones.
They couldn't do nothing anyway.
Yeah, they could do something, but they didn't want to do it. Wound up happening anyway. They cut him, but they didn't want to bring him in at the time because financially they was with Romo financially. They didn't expect for him to get injured, but he was showing an injury history that he couldn't finish seasons. So why wouldn't you go from 4 to 2 and 2 or 1 and draft a quarterback and project your future? Like this kid, I mean, anybody can see it. I can see it. I mean, I was telling people on Facebook about this kid when nobody knew about him. I did because I did study.
So where did that play in at? Was that like a lucky pick for the Cowboys?
Dak Prescott was a lucky find.
No
because
shit.
Nobody, even in my projections, I didn't project him to be who he is today.
Interesting.
And the jury is still out.
Well, see, this is what I'm saying, and I know it sound like hate because of the way I said it. I think of last year, that not knocking the Eagles because we talking football, right? A lot of things fell in that favor.
But a lot of things went against them too.
That yes, and they won. Salute to them. But let's see what it is this year now with that target on your back, and now that every team that you face is what's going to be bringing the A game.
Yeah, because one thing about it hasn't been.
Now we're going to see what it's about.
Yeah, it hasn't been a repeat champion in some time, and it hasn't been a repeat NFC East champion in some time. So.
And that's why I say, like I said, I know it sounds like when I first see it, because I said fuck no, but I want to see that. Let's see what it's hitting for now that you the squad, you're not the underdog no more.
Yeah, because me evaluating the talent in that division, and one thing that where they loaded at, and the most important position that they got is quarterback, and in that division you got to look. All you got to do is be the best quarterback.
So who do you start?
At quarterback?
Yeah.
Kidding me?
No, I'm asking. Who do you start?
I'm going with Carson Wentz, man. Like, that's your bone. Like, what's name is a good luxury.
Foles?
It's a good luxury to have, yeah.
So you don't think it's no quarterback controversy?
Not at all.
Or it shouldn't be?
No, they ain't going to be. Because that man knows his role. They gave him a bump in pay, and he's willing to play it.
Foles, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. So, let us know. Let's put us down with some surprise draft picks that you think might work out.
I'm gonna go with your team at 2 when they got the receiver.
Williams.
No, not Williams. It's, my mind here slipping, but from Oklahoma State.
Y'all know it. Well,
Yeah, he's going to be something.
Jackson.
But the one thing about it is that y'all so loaded at the receiver position. So I'm trying to think when they made that selection, I couldn't understand it because they made the selection.
Because we got rid of Martavius.
Right, but when they made the selection, they had Martavius on the roster.
No, he was gone.
No, they traded him during the draft, but you know what it was?
No, they traded Martavius before the draft, man.
No, they traded him during the draft to the Raiders. But you know what it was, I believe? That they seen this suspension coming down the pipeline because he got suspended.
Martavius recently got suspended?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, for real.
He got a suspension coming for him. The Raiders is concerned about that because you already missed 1 year, and so you come back with another violation. You want to knock him off a whole year, so the trade gonna be for nothing.
See, and they think Pittsburgh's stupid. We ain't got 6 rings for nothing.
Right, I think that they seen that this kid wasn't had issues, and they wanted to rid themselves of it.
What's up, Millie? Yup, that's it. What about the Steelers you think? Do you think Pittsburgh got a chance to go to the Super Bowl?
I mean, they always have a chance because of who they are and what their organization's about. So I respect that. So they always have a chance. But I'm gonna tell you something. That Cleveland ain't gonna be the Cleveland that you know of. They making moves, bro. I can see it.
Cleveland making moves. They're gonna have some more wins, but Lane, you gotta prove that shit to me.
Yeah,
it's certain teams.
Ultimately, you do because it's only time to look on paper.
Yeah, they gotta prove it to me.
You can see the foundation being.
Yes, I can. No. I got some. This is me. I got those what I call the 1 year wonder teams.
Mm-hmm. The Rams.
Yeah, the 1 year wonder teams. The teams that's good for 1 year.
The Rams.
And the next year they flop.
The Rams. I don't really. I mean, they had a good season and all, and they got some players in place.
But you're not impressed.
Yeah, I'm not. They gotta do it. You know what I mean? Because the division that they in.
Yeah.
And then you got the NFC South that's really brutal and tough. There, they got some players out there. So I just think that they the type of team that could go 12-4 1 year, then fall off and go 5-11 the next. They just got that type of, I don't know.
Yeah, that type of aura, just like the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, you see it. So I think the Cleveland Browns, they didn't win a game last year. I think that they're going to win at least 7 games this year.
7? Give them 7?
Yeah, that's my prediction. They're going to win at least 7. Yeah, I'm giving them 7 games this year. Yep.
But we're still early. I got to do. I'm just starting to get back into the football flow. I was irked. I ain't gonna lie. I was irked at the Jacksonville beat us. I ain't like that shit.
Wide receiver from y'all too.
There you go. Yeah, and we got the quarterback too.
Yeah, Josh Rosen. Now these names are coming to me.
Yeah. What you know about him?
James Washington or Josh Rosen?
Rosen, the quarterback.
Oh, man. I've been following that kid since he was a freshman at UCLA, and he's ready.
So we think we got to steal with that deal?
Josh Rosen was playing for the Cardinals. I think that that quarterback that y'all drafted from Oklahoma State, I think he got a pretty good steal there.
I think so too.
Because he don't got to play right away.
Yeah.
You can sit and learn from Ben for a year or two.
I want to see Dobbs though.
No, Josh Dobbs is escaped. He.
You don't think he ready?
Nah, because if he was ready, he showed anything, they wouldn't have made the move with the kid from Oklahoma State. So
interesting. So that's what I'm talking about. I got the draft guru in the building.
Yeah, I evaluated Jobs coming out of the draft too from Tennessee. He didn't strike me as somebody that would be developing anything of an NFL star or anything. So
interesting.
Got a strong arm, inaccurate. So
well, he better than fucking Landry. I hate Landry, man.
Yeah, they definitely got a quarterback issue, and that's why he took the kid that they took. So he got a bright future. He can sit in the air and have to learn that.
So how about your Buffalo Bills? What's up with your Buffalo Bills?
Bills?
Are you really a Buffalo Bills fan, bro? You just bullshitting us, right?
No, I'm not bullshitting. I got a lot of respect for the Bills because when you think about it, and you look at how hard it is to get to a Super Bowl for any team. The mere fact that they went 4 in a row. 4 in a row. You gotta just marinate on that. Fuck they did. You know what I mean?
And they lost all 4.
Yeah, but shit, it take a lot of resilience to get there.
Yeah, it do. You ain't lying. Especially in the AFC.
They're a little hard luck city. You know what I mean? Fans ain't all, like hair.
Yeah.
So, so I respect that. They more resemble like my personality now. And that's why I like them.
How's your personality?
Hard nose. You know what I mean?
Hard nose, blue collar?
Yeah, roll your sleeve up, get it done. You know what I mean? keep your head down. So, yeah, the Cowboys, you know, I can't really.
What's up, Antonio?
Yeah, Tone, what's up, Tone? The only question about the draft and the general football question. Only questions about the draft and general football questions, Tone. You know, you can time in. We just talking all NFL here, so you know you're a pretty fan. We've been friends for years, and you know how I talk. So get down.
Just leave a comment. That's what you do, people. If you want to ask the draft guru any questions, what he think, leave a comment.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
Leave a comment. But right now, we're gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna play one song. Take a little break, little pause for the cause. Quench my thirst. And we'll be back with the draft guru.
Yeah. Recovery.
It's time to stay focused. It's time to decide. Fuck clubs, fuck partying, fuck trying to fit in and socialize. Rub elbows with everybody so people can stop calling you weird. Why are you so antisocial? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you staying on the basketball court so much? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you out there practicing in the hot sun when ain't nobody else out there? Because I'm trying to get it. Get it. Coffee.
They don't really give a fuck about you. Try and get it like I'm Kyrie. Gotta earn it, Ayo Urban, Jersey money green. Call my line baseline for another ring. I get player option being who I wanna be. Gotta be the best, gotta work late on my craft. You know the system get you easy. Please don't try me, I'm next. It's not smart trying to check us. We not playing like it's chess. Make a move, watching moves. They can leave you where you stand. I was never crossing over. I go Kyrie for the wet. Never second like them Celtics. We had shooters since Paul Pierce. On the run, down 3. Cops lose them in the win. Blowing words in my hood. Every shot they rip through skin. Like Kyrie Irving had to make another lane. It's a wave, get away, I need isolation. We talking practice, let me warm up like the weather changing. I'm not throwing in the towel, I can't sweat the hater. We gon' pull up expedition, tryna see who said it. Bitch fatigue, I was down, tired of that scrimmage. Tryna travel, then come back with some foreign bitches. They start to trip and make them walk, you should pivot. No, Kyrie, ballin' now. I ain't even talking, if you talking, we could talk it. I ain't even walking, if you walking, we gon' ride it out.
Moving through the dark. When you moving, learn how to maneuver. Never take the heart. The word these pussy niggas speaking when he talk. He want talkin', go ahead and let him talk. He want spottin', go ahead and let him spot. Just know it's more to beef, it's more to just have a heart. Never put you in possession when niggas are pull your car. The moment you go and get it, the clutches start popping up. Hold up. Matter what you say about me, you should never doubt me. Big fam, a lot of brothers, come on niggas, that's the Ozzy. Said I'm bound to get that, put that on my mommy. Movement so big, the whole city stand behind it. Copy with the cross, with somebody please rewind it. Double weights, that be the gang shit, y'all bound to get behind it. Niggas with hot rhymes, lined up with perfect timing. Time to bring it back, come on nigga, the gang dying.
I could have been broke, I chose to get it. Check out the flow, this shit is wicked. Don't dwell on past, fuck reminiscing. I mostly think about my mama, my papa, and all my siblings. I think it's time I hit the road. Hit the city with a flood, whoa. My chick bad, that's the plug daughter. Flipping old, smoking old quarters. Love sees a old, we adore sword. Distractions or progression, which is more important. No love dealing, that shit like it's cold order. Ollie twisting nothing slicker than a poor orphan. I'm high off life, fuck is you kidding? Kyrie with the jelly, this shit is sickening. Fight night, I fucked up some money. It was fine, it was mine, it was nothing. Carry dirt. Carry dirt. Carry dirt. Ballin' like a carrier.
Yeah, we back live at you. This is another edition of the Turndatup215 Show, hosted by me, your host with the most, your OG with that swizzad. Tonight we talking football, fellas. All right, I got the draft guru in the building. My man Lafayette Jenkins. He knows it all. Yo, trust me, he know it. All right, but we got one though. My man Antonio from down the way. Antonio, a Cowboy fan. I'm gonna tell y'all a story about Antonio too. Y'all gonna laugh about this shit. But we'll keep it moving. His question was about T.O. About T.O. not wanting to participate in the Hall of Fame festivities. I hate T.O. for that shit. Because in my opinion, I don't think he was worthy of the Hall of Fame anyway. At least not the first 2 rounds. I think T.O. should have fucking waited. And this is one of the reasons why I think he should have waited, because of his fucking antics, man. So leave a comment. Tell us what you think. What do you think, Mr. Guru?
I think it's unfortunate that he made that decision that he made. And it just goes to show them why the people held him up in the first place, because clearly he got the stats. His career speaks for itself. And the fact that you want to say that you mad at the media, but these are the same people that you use to campaign to get in the hall. And you go on shows for pay and promote yourself. But now that you in there, you do this.
The Hall of Fame, that's like football heaven, man.
It is football heaven, but not about the writers and these commentators that you talk. It's about your players, your brothers, your team. You know, you smacking all them guys in the face with disrespect, and this, you know, I don't get it, man. I really don't understand it. Like, this is your time to show your fans some maturity, and the people who was in your corner, and go in and say some words to yourself and talk about yourself and your career. And you do this, like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I know what you mean, son. It's off-field bullshit, man. It's like, I don't know what's up with the bull, man. Like, I really don't, man. Like I said, man, it's the fucking heart. That's his time to shine till everybody kiss my ass now.
Yeah,
right? I'm in the Hall of Fame now.
I was with him, you know what I mean, on a lot of things. I didn't definitely think that he deserved the treatment that he got in Dallas as far as him getting cut. I definitely was with him when he was with McNabb, because McNabb, that was just pure jealousy in my opinion. You know what I mean? So,
and what team was he going in?
I don't know. You know what I mean? Nobody knows that. And
if anybody know what team T.O. was going in the Hall of Fame as,
right,
leave a comment.
Right. Nobody knows. And personally, if it was me and he did this, I wouldn't make his bust. I wouldn't make his jacket. And he wouldn't get none of that. You know what I mean? We're not going to make this day for these other guys that's getting elected in about you. And that's what you did, personally.
So you say if him won't come, then scratch your name and fuck off.
No, I mean, you know, I guess he in now, and there's stuff you can do about it, but as far as the ceremony aspect of it all, because it's a weekly thing. It's not just a one-day thing. It's a whole week thing that you go in and you mingle with your teammates. You got guys coming from the 60s to 50s there, and they show up every year looking forward to this, and you shun them. Like, that's just crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't got no respect for Lenny Moore, the Lenny Moores in the league. You know what I mean?
Straight disrespect.
Yeah, like, these guys paved the way for you to have the opportunity to do the things that you did, man. And this is how you repay them. And people want to chime in and say that it's okay what he did, what he did. No, it's not. Okay.
No, not the fucking Hall of Fame.
It's not about the right. It's not about the Skip Baylesses. It's not about the old fat tasty cake boy that you talked about. It ain't about them.
Who the fat tasty cake boy?
The guy on Fox Network. Whitlock. Jason Whitlock. Yeah, the fat tasty cake boy.
That's what T.O. called him?
I guess. Pizza boy. What do you call him? I don't. You know, I ain't got a real high opinion anyway, man. Because he, you know. But that's another story.
All right, so what Kev asked? Kev asked a question.
Yeah, Kev asked a question. He said, do the Eagles need to pick up any more linemen?
Offensive linemen or defensive linemen?
I think they're pretty straight on both ends. They picked up Michael Bennett from Seattle, Aloli Nada from Detroit. So
they do got Aloli Nada.
They're pretty stacked up there. Where I see the Eagles, in my opinion, I think that they pretty stacked in all positions. People trying to look and see that because they don't have a true number one wide receiver, that's a problem. But I don't see it as being a problem because this kid spreads the ball around, and the fact that you can see a guy like Corey Coleman, who's from Philly by the way, you know, he come out and made Corey Coleman was
public school or suburban school.
I believe it was suburban, but it don't matter because the guy can play.
Yeah.
And he was an undrafted free agent, and you know they put him in and to show you that they trust him, they put him in a position where in the Super Bowl, he had made a key play and made a touchdown and rewarded him with their confidence.
Coleman or Clemente?
Corey Clement.
Corey Clement, yeah. Ah, interesting. You know, they was talking about him on one of those fantasy drafts. They was saying he was a good fantasy picker. You think so?
Yeah, because
they saying this year gonna be his second year, so
yeah, and
he should be pretty good in the fantasy.
He rewarded them with their confidence in him by making plays, and with more plays and another year on this belt becomes more opportunity and confidence. So I think that he should make plays because one thing about it, like I said, the Eagles don't have a key guy where you focus on and say, hey, we got to stop him. There's a variety of things.
You say the 49ers? No,
he should go in as a 49er because the players they are. He played there the longest. I mean,
so don't they have to announce a team that he's going in?
Not traditionally. I think that's a fan thing more than anything. I don't know if they have to announce to the.
That's a good ass fucking question though.
Yeah, I don't think they have to announce to the Hall of Fame. I think that's more of a fan thing than anything else. Because on the bus, they don't have a jersey. It just had the NFL logo on it.
So you saying you can go on Hall of Fame and not be attached to a team?
Well, they're going to attach you to all the teams on your bus. They're going to have your rundown with all the teams.
All the teams that you played for?
It's not going to be a single team. Well, T.O. is a Cowboy or Michael Irvin. All those sports you played for the Cowboys. So.
Yeah. Interesting.
That deal, that's how they go. So when you hear people arguing, we going in that's a fan thing, not an NFL thing.
Oh, interesting. I never knew that.
So Colin Kaepernick, Tone has a question. He said, "What's our take on the Colin Kaepernick story?" Oh, it is a change. He blackballed.
Nope. Hey, Tone, that shit ain't changing. I doubt very much if that boy get a fucking job in the NFL.
With the new league, with the new policy on the
kneeling thing,
on the protesting thing. My hope is that these black players get together as a group and try to do something about it with injunction with the union, because the union has to speak and put their foot down or something and draw a line.
No. What's that? No. Oh, that's it.
Somewhere. So hopefully somebody with some cachet.
Some cachet? I know where you say that's cachet.
Yeah, because you need it for a thing like this. You need somebody with some real cachet to step up there, like an Aaron Rodgers or a Tom Brady. Speak out for, because honestly, the league, the owners are being pushed around by the president.
By the players?
By the president. Yeah. Because of the constituents, the people that patronize their product the most is a constituent of his, and they have the same views as him, and quite frankly, a lot of them owners have them same views also. I.e., that's the reason why I can't really support the Cowboys, and like I said, I've been with them over 40 years.
So you saying you dumped the Cowboys leg?
I try to, man, because they don't represent what I value. And anytime an owner can step in and tell you that if you protest, there's going to be some repercussions, he's going to cut you, but you okay with somebody being on drugs and alcohol.
So we can put it on record that you are no longer a Cowboy fan. That what you're telling me?
It's a process. Yeah, I don't want to. How can you cheer for a team of guys that have no backbone or don't have no opinion on something that affects their community and their people? Like, that's just crazy. How can you want somebody? And then what makes it even more embarrassing is the fact that the team that you hate the most, the team that I hate the most, had the most courage when it comes to this and speaking out. You kidding me? How can I, man? Sometimes I be thinking in my mind about this in series and hope the Eagles beat them 48-0 because they have no backbone. How can you think? If the Cowboys won the Super Bowl this year, man, they would have been at the White House. Everybody. The whole team would have been at the White House. I could see Trump throwing a pass to Dez Bryant. He catching it, running passes, and throwing the X up and everything out there. That man, no one don't give two hells about.
So you saying
community, where they come from?
It's interesting. So you saying if the Cowboys would have won the Super Bowl?
Oh, they no doubt. Everybody know that.
They would have fucking been.
Oh hell yeah, for every man, because the owner said so. The owner threatened them. during the season said, my team, my players are going to stand, and that's crazy. And nobody said nothing. Not one. Come on, you kidding me?
But some of the Eagles players wanted to go though.
Yeah, that's cool. But what wound up happening?
That they ain't fucking go.
And that's my point, because, and if you remember, everybody remember, I put this on my Facebook page. I said that one team, if there's one team in this league that would shun this president, it would be the Philadelphia Eagles.
And they shunned him.
Damn right they did.
What's up, Ricky? They shunned him.
And I'm proud of them for that. You know what I mean? That right there won some good points for me, man. So I don't really see myself blasting no more. Plus, it's a good thing.
So you're not going to talk shit about the Eagles no more?
Man, because for one, they won now, and it felt good for the city to see the friends I've been arguing for years, the tears they are and stuff.
So, Lane, are you apologizing, Lane?
No, I'm not apologizing. I'm just,
so what are you saying?
I'm acknowledging the fact that they won the Super Bowl, and it was a good feeling for the people that I argued with for years, and seeing the frustration in their face.
I acknowledge that too, but they not winning back to back.
That remains to be seen.
That's why I like my show, because me and Lane gonna be talking some shit up in here, people.
No doubt.
Yes, indeed. So tune in. Remember, check us out. If you haven't, join the page. What's the page, Lane?
The NFL Draft Guru, Lafayette Jenkins, NFL Draft Guru.
Join the page. Tune in. We getting warmed up for the season. So hopefully, this thing can take off where we can talk football, all that good stuff, because that's what we do anyway. So tell us some more some other teams besides the Eagles and Cowboys. We're not going to spend the whole show talking about the Eagles and Cowboys, all right? So what are some other teams that picked up some players that you had your eye on, or that you want us to know about that we might not know about?
Well, my dark horse Super Bowl contender this year is early on for right now. It's the San Diego Chargers.
I remember you post that.
Yeah, because they loaded. I mean, they get after that quarterback.
But the Chargers always choke though, man. They always Chargers go 5-0, then go fucking 6-10.
But last year they reversed it. They started off slow, they ended up fast.
So what about the 49ers though?
I mean, the 49ers.
Because the 49ers won their last couple of games.
The 49ers don't have the proven talent that the Chargers have. They got them edge. Them boys coming off that edge. Man, you kidding me?
So who the Chargers proven talent that you talking about?
I'm talking about Bosa.
Bosa, I like Bosa.
And that number 54, them boys coming off that edge. They got Casey Hayward at cornerback. Then they got the guy number 1.
How about on the NFC? Who's your dark horse in the NFC? The Eagles?
The Eagles ain't the dark horse.
All right, so we didn't talk about the Eagles. So besides the Eagles, who would be your dark horse?
I think that people underestimate the Cowboys with a full squad. I think, honestly speaking, they had not Ezekiel. They got suspended for 6 games last year. Sean Lee missed time. Then Tyron Smith missed the play.
So is his games carrying over to his upcoming season?
No.
So he done?
Yeah, he paid his debt. So, and I think that the cloud over his head through all the seasons affected his play, affected the teammates' attitude and everything. So.
So do you think he just should have took that joint from the beginning?
Yeah, looking back on it in hindsight, you would think that if you were going to get suspended, you take it early on, because when they got suspended, the Cowboys was 5-3. Then they finished off 3-3, I believe, at the end of the season. So you think that game in Atlanta was the game that I think cost us the season, because the tackle played so terrible. It was disgusting. Like, I could have did a better job protecting than he did. And this guy still got a job. Like, this is crazy to me. Like, it's just a circus there, man, and I can't sign on to that, because this ain't what, as a kid, you cheer for a team because you cheer, you like. Yeah. As a grown man, I'm an adult now, and there's some serious issues and concerns I got with this team, man, and the way they being ran. So,
And what you say, Cat, did Pittsburgh went back to back? Yeah, in the 70s.
Yeah, the Steelers won back-to-back titles. Yeah.
But see, that's what I'm talking about, though. So, yeah, I totally understand what you said. And it's going to be a very, very interesting season.
Yeah, it is, because the Eagles were the front runners, And I'm looking forward to seeing how this thing pan out. Especially in the division, you got Saquon Barkley and Odell Beckham with the Giants.
So how you feel about Dez? And Dad's wanting to go to an NFC East team.
I mean, that's his preference. He want to narrow his list. That ain't too glamorous after it. It's crazy to me.
So when do you see him going?
I don't know. Because I thought he'd be picked up by now, personally.
Oh, that's true. So why do you think he didn't get picked up?
But you know what you got to look out for now?
Locker room problem?
Because if Martavius Bryant gets suspended, he might follow with the Raiders. He might wind up with the Raiders.
Ooh.
So, you know, that might be a good spot for him there.
You like Gruden? I like Gruden.
It might be a little outdated for this game, but
you think so?
I understand they probably would see it because.
How can he be outdated when he's a fucking analysis?
Yeah, but in that aspect, you can be right. But his ideas and the way you want to go about playing this football game is
different.
10, 15 years ago, and that stuff ain't working no more. If you look at if you follow the game and look at everything that's going on, is most teams are running college plays.
Well, I'm quite sure all this goddamn time he gotta, the game changed. I can't see him.
And that's the one thing that Chip Kelly left in the imprint of this game is the fact that he revolutionized how this game is being played now.
By what? By speeding it up?
Yeah, speeding it up, spreading people out, putting your quarterback in jeopardy. Yeah.
So why he still in the NFL though?
Because he was one track minded and didn't want to adjust.
One track pony?
Yeah, because you run is a caveat to that, and you're running your defense in the ground when you constantly running plays and you're not successful getting first downs. And
and that's what
the defense wound up on the field because the Eagles honestly had the talent to compete when he was there, but the philosophy that he had endangered him because for one, I would tell my nephews as I said that with the personnel they got defensively, you don't want to play no 3-4 with that because Fletcher Cox is an inside.
You want to play
guy.
a 4-3?
Right, exactly. Fletcher Cox is an inside guy. I felt like they cheated Vinny Curry in that scheme.
And guess who's thinking about changing to a 4-3?
Who?
Guess who's thinking about changing to a 4-3? Yeah.
No, but they drafted the personnel that they drafted for the last few years fits a 3-4.
A 3-4?
Yeah, of course, because they've been drafting nothing but linebackers. If you look at they've been drafting linebackers.
Well, it was definitely a thought. It's a thought that's there. They haven't made it official, but I definitely seen that thrown around though.
Yeah, if you look at the last maybe 5 picks, have been all linebackers.
Yeah.
You know.
So, but we got the habit of making linebackers defensive ends and vice versa.
And it don't pan out because they too small. Like you don't want to make Ryan Shazier where he gonna play in the 3-4.
Yeah.
Like
I don't think Ryan Shazier gonna play football never again.
Yeah, I don't think so either. It's unfortunate.
The most he gonna probably do is walk.
I loved him in that draft too. I was thinking that we were gonna pick him, but y'all grabbed him before us, and we wound up with Zach Martin.
So who else was in that draft class that you like?
Zach Martin.
Zach Martin.
Yeah, Zach. Them two guys. Them two dudes.
Why name some Cowboys, right?
Yeah, Zach Martin, offensive guard. Yeah.
Yeah.
He gonna be Hall of Fame.
Mm.
He gonna be Hall of Fame, yo. Yeah.
So who's your dark horse for Rookie of the Year? Offense, defense, talk to me.
Defensively, I would think that.
Or you really can't say now?
No, I mean you got your.
Cause dark horse is what it is, a dark horse.
I mean you got your guys that you see that some people that you can see that.
That's gonna stand out.
Yeah, they got it. And then, like for me, my whole thing is I want to see how Josh Rosen projects in this. You know, I mean, I think he's the one quarterback that could really play ahead, play first, get it, and
get his feet wet first.
Yeah. So,
other words, you think NFL ready?
Yeah. No doubt. And plus, he landed in a good spot with Arizona. So they got a shaky quarterback business when he stayed injured all the time. So
yeah. You think Larry Fitzgerald done?
No, hell no. Fitzgerald had over 100 catches last year. You kidding me?
He was on my fantasy team too.
Yeah, 100 catches this year. That man still rules. Plus they got a whole bunch of little guys out there that's really fast and get over. Like I said, this thing of, if you have a number 1 receiver in this league, it's a good thing, I guess, but it's not. It don't constitute a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Look at the Eagles. The Eagles don't got no number 1 receiver. They won a Super Bowl.
No, they don't.
Patriots, they don't got no number 1 receiver. They won a Super Bowl. Seattle Seahawks, they don't got no number 1 receiver. They in contention every year.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not so hung up on this Dez Bryant thing, because I think in actuality it helps us because Dak Prescott ain't got to go into a game thinking to himself, I got to get this guy the ball. You know what I mean? So it helps us in some ways. We just got to have develop some continuity with the guys that we got now because we all knew.
So you saying you really don't need a number one receiver?
No, I think
at least you got to put somebody number one on paper.
if you look at,
but you're saying you don't need that star marquee.
Right, you don't need that marquee guy to win the Super Bowl. And if you look at the landscape of how the league is going now, money wise, they're paying two positions: quarterback, left tackle. They're getting the money now.
No shit.
Yeah, of course. Look at the league. Look who the highest paid players are.
What about running backs?
Running back was a devalued position up until Ezekiel Elliott, and now you got Ezekiel Elliott. You got the guy from the Rams, the Los Angeles Rams, Gurley.
Yeah,
they bringing the value back, and in that process, when you look at that money, the money it's going to cost, they devaluing the wide receiver position.
Yeah. So what do you think about Le'Veon Bell?
Le'Veon Bell's a good player. He just got to get his head on straight and worry about football.
Yeah. You think he worth that bread? Because he's trying to get that bread.
I think that the Steelers see his running style, and I think it kind of concerns them because this league is getting fast, and that kind of running style that he got ain't conducive to, because he pauses a lot and stop and go.
Yeah.
And
he remind me of Marcus Allen.
No, he remind me is a guy that you probably never heard of. His running style is the same way as a guy that got drafted by the Kansas City Chiefs in the early '90s by the name of Harvey Williams.
Don't ring a bell.
I know, because I watched the draft, so I know this.
Yeah, no, Harvey Williams don't ring a bell.
Harvey Williams, I think he got drafted by the Chiefs in like 90, 91. He was a running back, boy number 44. If you dig up tapes on him and look at his running style, he runs exactly
like I see fucking Marcus Allen.
No, I don't see Marcus Allen. I mean, I can see him going there, but Marcus Allen was more decisive in where he went. He just didn't have a lot of so-called what they would say speed. But Marcus Allen was more decisive. He didn't do no dancing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Le'Veon Bell all about the cash, because the Steelers did make him an offer, and it was, from what the numbers I seen, it was $3 million less than what he really wanted.
Right, but you got to understand too, in the same token, that he sets the bar for the other players coming behind him.
But wouldn't it be wiser to first play out your contract? I think differently. You know, I'm after the championship, so
yeah, and you
I wouldn't mind taking a little pay cut.
Nah, and the owners love that kind of mentality. They love that. And
so you saying
understand that this is a business, and in this business, and you already.
But if I'm thinking long term, fuck up, you know, I get it back.
Right, but as a running back, you can't think long term because they value in the position. You know what I mean? But you got some boys.
I'm gonna throw this at you then. The one of the players from the Eagles, he took a pay cut and renegotiated his contract, and the way he set it up, because I heard him talk about it, you know, he getting that money back. He actually getting more the way it's set up.
How?
You know what I'm talking about, right?
No, I don't.
A defensive lineman. He restructured his contract so they could give Foles some more money.
Well, a restructure isn't a pay cut. A restructure is just putting money on the back burner. You still getting the money, but you just it's not a pay cut. So
it's just restructuring.
Right. It's just they shuffling the money, and every team does that. It's not no secret. Every team go to their players and put money back so they can get under the salary cap. So that's the type of deal with that. So
you saying fuck a pay cut?
Oh, why would you? When you Le'Veon Bell and you lead the league in rushing and receiving,
but you're gonna get it back. You know, you get it back and maybe incentives and stuff like that.
Plus, you got to understand too. Like I said again, it was a devalued position, and you got guys like him, Ezekiel Elliott, Todd Gurley. They gonna set the bar to bring this position back of some importance. So if he take a bum deal now, that'll hurt them, and they gonna turn around and let's say he take
that $3 million cut.
Yeah, that $11 million is not a cut because he's under his rookie contract deal. He's still under that same deal.
Well, he wanted 17, but they offered him 14.
Right. So say if he take that 14 and the position start booming, you got Ezekiel Elliott, he come out and get 20. Now he look like a fool.
What can I say?
Restructure is not a pay cut.
Yes, that's what Lane just said.
Yeah, restructure is not a
but Kev, you know what I'm talking about, Kev? I forget his name, but I know he was a defensive lineman. If you know what I'm talking about for the defensive lineman for the Philadelphia Eagles, that restructured their contract leave a comment.
Yeah, if he restructures his contract, like I said again, it's not a pay cut, so he's still getting all his money, so it don't matter if he's a top player. Now, if it's Fletcher Cox and you telling me they restructured his contract, okay.
I don't think it's Fletcher.
Yeah, I'm saying okay, that's ain't no big deal. Like everybody does that. But if they go to Fletcher Cox after the kind of play that he's doing and say, "Hey, Fletcher Cox, we need you to take a pay cut," that's a problem.
Yeah.
And I think he's gonna be unhappy about that.
Yeah.
So it depends.
But Tom Brady took a pay cut one time.
Well, Tom Brady is the team. He's a team guy. I mean, he does that and he leaves the money. And I think now that he's regretting it because if you listen to the stuff he say, they don't appreciate him, and that's the reason why. Because he's leaving money on the table for them to sign other guys to bring it in so they can remain competitive. And in theory, that's a good thing because for me, the competitive person I am, I probably do the same thing. But like I said again, you can't get mad at somebody else because this is a business.
I don't know, but they definitely was saying that it was some shit going on in the locker room.
Yeah, because the coach's decision, for whatever reason, kind of cost them the game in their eyes because you sit your number one corner down right at the Super Bowl. Like, this is crazy. And it came back to bite them. Because
Trying to set an example.
I don't even know what it is. Nobody knows the reason behind it. They never spoke out about it from what I understand.
All we know is the top corner not playing the fucking Super Bowl.
That man come out there thinking he's going to Brandon Brooks. Oh, Brandon Brooks, please. He barely have a job.
Yo, I like her. She knows what she's talking about.
Because she's a follower, man. She follows my page, and plus she's knowledgeable, man.
Yeah, she's knowledgeable.
Boxing, basketball, everything, man. She gets in there.
And what's her name?
Jamila.
Jamila. Shout out to you, Jamila. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's talking about quarterbacks and they're not under the same scrutiny as other players. Yeah, and that's only because you gotta differentiate what quarterback, because you got black quarterbacks also. Maybe they under the same scrutiny because if you got a guy like James Winston speak out, it ain't the same cachet as a Tom Brady. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Check that shit out.
Yeah, I think that.
So if Tom Brady did that shit, it'd be a bigger fucking light, huh?
If Tom Brady spoke out and supported the African American players, it would be huge. You hear me?
Yeah.
Huge. But even more so Aaron Rodgers.
So why you think none of the big boys haven't said anything?
Because it's not their issue.
It's not their issue?
No, it's not their issue. They white.
Interesting.
Ain't their issue. You got to have a conscience, you know what I mean? You don't see color. Like, and then, you got factor in, the endorsements and all that kind of thing too. And the free that they would catch if they was to. You know what I mean? So even though the NFL may not have no retribution, but Gillette, Nike, they might have something to think about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but still, all in all, like, to me, like, I don't know. I can only speak out of ignorance because I'm not in a position. But me personally, if I'm in the NFL, I'll be Colin Kaepernick. They want to ban me because I feel strong about their position.
So will he ever get a job though?
My platform? No, probably not. No. And I don't think at this point that's not his concern. It ain't his concern to be working in the NFL. I don't think that's his concern because one thing about it, he hasn't. Although he trains and everything, you don't see him beating on nobody's door or begging for a job.
No. Your dad sure don't. He's definitely keeping moving.
My more concern is with the other guys like the Eric Reeds, the safety from San Francisco. He's a young guy, so you can't come up with that excuse or that narrative that he declined and play. He's older and none of that. This guy's a young guy, man. You know what I mean? So what's your excuse with him?
Yeah, understood.
And that's my point. And this is my point with the African American players. When you see this being done to players that look like you, what are you gonna do about it to rectify it? So,
but see, they ain't trying to use no pay cut though.
Yeah, well, it's not a pay cut. That's just a firing. It's not a pay cut. That's a firing.
Well, they ain't trying to do none of that shit. So that's why, it's like a lot of people back them, but they're not gonna stay in the front. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and if I have a son that's...
They'd be like, all right, dog, we got your back, but
if I was fortunate to have a son that was coming up in this league, I would teach him financial literacy and one thing you're not going to do is be silent when it comes to issues that you feel strong about. I don't care what it is. You just live your. I think that you should live your life financially accordingly to where though you don't have to. And plus, while you're in college, get an education so you have something to fall back on. You don't have to be silenced by millions of them or be intimidated by some owners with some money.
Yes, indeed. See, that's what I'm talking about. We're about to take a little break. We're gonna play a song. I'm gonna wet my throat. We're gonna wet hits. You got any comments? Leave a comment. Any questions for the Draft Guru? Shout out to everybody that tuned in on my live feed on Instagram and Facebook. Shout out to, what's her name again?
Jamila Pugh.
Jamila Pugh. Shout out to her. Just know what she talking about.
Antonio for real.
Antonio, shout out to
my man.
Antonio. Nunu, I don't know where Nunu went, but he did tune in. Kevin Harvey, shout out to Kevin Hardy. All right, real quick, pause for the call. We're going to play this song, and we'll be right back at you.
Cheer. It's your boy. It's your boy. You miss me? I'm back. Holly. Money, power, respect, and God keep the courage. Don't forget the brave, pack my brain in my luggage. Mental Rolodex, focus on my Kodamets. Meaning metaphor, strong Hulk Hogan pecs. Damaged niggas got the mouthpiece of a pit. Surrender niggas, y'all are now deep into some shit. A Philly nigga with a chip on the shoulders. Not sour cream or Pringles, you flipping in poker. Get it? That swag on the bean, I'm something important. You niggas full Tauruses, I'm something like Porsches. Using embarrassment, I'm old school, carry the torches. You getting money, but I'm worth $1 million fortunes, bitch. You can get clapped with the 9 pump, or make it rain with the mother of all Donald Trump. Too many niggas hate it, I held it and didn't spray it. Instead I put it in writing to keep me open gated. Yeah, I love my freedom, got freedom to speech. I'd rather be chillin', sippin' Hennessy on the beach. Michael Jordan's on my feet with the emoji hat. Fanny pack with the pistol, you ain't holding me back. Stay on my grizzle, but I smile just to hide the anger. Sick of these 2017s with the stupid singers. I'm from the era when it's beef, niggas choke and hang ya. Ruffle your pockets, take your watch and then say thank ya. Niggas pop off, youngins, they'll run up and shank ya. With inspection sticker blades, however to blank ya. I try to stay away from drama, but the drama follows. Until it runs head first into a bullet hollowed. Swallow these nuts, I'm greater than the mathematics. And you lesser than them arrows that be pointing backwards. And I'm equal to the highest, you niggas is biased. To the fact that I'm nice and I wish a nigga try it. Psychopaths killing innocence, I'm finna snap. If it's the wood you torture, it's pretty much a rap. Niggas be tripping over coochie, that's community touched. No telling what I do to these fucks. I might stab you like several times, Desert Eagle close range. Blow your fucking brains out, perish in that propane. Pull your fucking veins out, you touching my fam, I rock you. And rock whoever touching that camera, bitch. I ain't playing no games, this ain't Monopoly. Niggas know that I'm gang, Miss Heem hard to copy me. Had it locked since ankle socks and hot sneaks. And if you was recording, then you paparazzi. Perpetrating the fraud, I ain't believing niggas. Rather, I'm leaving niggas to be achieving figures. Cause they niggas, they lie. Trap you, give you 10 to 20. Free my brothers that's booked, we bout to get this shmoney. Perpetrating the fraud, I ain't believing niggas. Rather, I'm leaving niggas to be achieving figures. Cause they niggas, they lie. Trap you, give you 10 to 20. Free my brothers that's booked, we bout to get this shmoney. Shit. Hollywoods. Hey me, your boy is back. Hey me, Dodge City, what up? Illadale, what up? Back. You know? Woo!
That music is something else.
Yeah. We back at you. We back at you, Mr. Mike and the Draft Guru. I'm having fun tonight. It's a warm up. It's definitely a warm up.
It's pretty cool.
And you know, I'm gonna put it on record. I'm making my promise to Lane that I'm gonna do some more studying. I mean, I watch it anyway. I do what he say anyway. I'm gonna take it a little step further though, and I guarantee you, you know, once the season get here and all that good shit, that I'll be on top of my game. So let that be known. What else we got going on? Where we at? We in June, so we got What's up
Like
next?
80s, like 70-something days to the NFL season kickoff.
So OTAs, we all be done with that.
yeah, we got training camp coming.
So training camp coming up.
Yeah, 2 days
Ooh.
from that joint. So it's gonna
Yeah, I
be
like
crazy.
training camp.
You have roster cuts, cut down rosters, preseason games. You know what I mean? Then the real thing. So I'm looking forward to it, man. Cause
Yes.
it's going to be an exciting season. I know the fans of Philadelphia hype. And
They hype this
finally
shit.
Finally got a winner, so
Yeah.
it feel good. But like I told them, I said it feel good now, but what we both know, because our team would cheer for the championships, they get old fast. And we got to go out there and prove it again. So,
And again,
you know what I mean? Look, you know,
And
we got
again-
teams that won Super Bowl and never been heard from again.
it makes you hungry. Because the first one they say is hard, but after that, it become addictive. You like, we want another one.
Quite honestly
And
speaking,
another
in my life, I never thought that I would ever see a situation where the New Orleans Saints, the Rams, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will win a title before their city. I can recall arguing with my friend Brian Bruce. I never forget that.
I remember Brian Bruce.
Yeah, me and Brian Bruce used to go at it till we was hoarse. You hear me?
Who-
I'm talking
who
about
Brian
kids.
like?
The Eagles. He was an Eagle fan, and we would go at it. And then they kicked our ass in the NFC Championship game in 1980. They kicked
And
our
I got a
ass.
question for you, right? Because they was talking about the other day, about the White Clark in the
Yeah.
catch.
What about it?
So Nick said you was crying and you ran away from home.
Yeah, that wasn't the game. He
What game was it?
It was it was 1979 NFC wild card game between the Cowboys and the Eagles.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that game broke my heart so bad I ran away from home crying.
For real, where the fuck you go? New house?
I don't know. and it was a pass from Vince Ferragamo to Billy Waddy.
Vince Ferragamo. I remember Vince Ferragamo.
Yeah, I'll never forget him because had that pass, and plus he threw a pretty ball too. So.
Yo, hey, that's funny as shit.
Yeah, Billy Waddy caught the touchdown pass, and it was Roger Staubach's last football game.
So how did they? So what happened? Everybody was like, we can't find Lane.
No, they ain't look for me. You know, I was coming home eventually, but it just like I can remember that game clearly because for one, it was Roger Staubach. Well, we didn't know at the time, but it was Roger Staubach's last game he retired, and the Rams they had a pretty good offense. We beat them the year before, 28-0 in LA.
Yeah.
So
Vince Ferragamo, I remember that. That's when the Rams had the little Ram thing on them.
Oh yeah, and plus, you know, we was a pretty good team. I mean, but looking back on it now, that I'm older and I'm able to understand stuff. Man, we had a pretty old ass team. You know, we had guys like Charlie Waters. Them dudes
I remember Charlie Waters.
Them dudes were playing the earliest. Randy, you know, Harvey Martin. Them dudes was old.
I remember
man.
Harvey Martin, Thomas
Them guys-
Hollywood
Those
Henderson,
fucking guys was old.
Drew
man.
Hill, Drew
Yeah,
Pearson,
Henderson got cut that year. That was the year that they cut Thomas Hollywood Henderson.
Tony Hill. Yeah,
Hill.
because he was probably at the end of his joint anyway.
No, Henderson was still a pretty good young player at that time because he got drafted in 75, I believe it was. Thomas Henderson, 75. So you're talking that was 79, so he was pretty young. But I'm talking about them other guys, the Cliff Harrises, Charlie Waters, you know what I mean? Them dudes, the Robin Coles. These
But
dudes was old.
the craziest thing I ever did, I remember I cried one time. Pittsburgh and Cleveland was playing, and Cleveland knocked Bradshaw out the game.
I remember that.
You remember that game? He had a little blood on his helmet and
They
shit.
picked him up and slammed him on the ground. They had a pretty brutal rivalry.
Yes, the fuck they did, man.
And Stills was always kicking their ass.
Always kicking that
And
ass.
that one year, it was 79. That one year, the Cleveland Browns got hot. Brian Sipe and the crew.
Yes, Brian Sipe.
Cardiac kids. I remember.
Yes, remember that shit?
Yeah, you know how they, you know what bad was? They went up and they played the Oakland Raiders in the wild card game that year. It was freezing.
Yeah,
cold.
and they beat him.
The Oakland Raiders beat him. He threw an interception in the end zone in the game. He threw an interception to Mike Davis. I never forget it.
The Cardiac Kids.
Yep, the Cleveland. Their season came to an end. He threw
What
an
y'all know about the
interception.
Cardiac Kids? Y'all know nothing about that,
Yeah,
man.
and the reason why I remember so much stuff from that time because when we was kids, my Nunu, I remember a lot of players and stuff like that because in his room they had football cards going all around on the wall.
Nuno them did?
Yeah.
No
they
shit?
had, they had every football card of each player, and I can still see it to this day. who was on the wall of certain players and stuff like that.
So that's how much we was into football, because we had football.
Yeah,
clubs.
plus we had the electric football game.
Yes.
And I was the commissioner of the league, so it was for me.
Shit, the
I had
commissioner of the
to
league.
monitor everybody, players and stuff like that, and I would do, put players.
That sounds kind of familiar, though.
Yeah, like I said.
That sounds familiar. And it sounds like I remember them mentioning that to me, too.
Yeah. I hang around a whole bunch of guys that have been Cowboy fans since, we all grew up together, and they're pretty knowledgeable. They know just what I know too. They may not study as like as hard as I do now, but back then, we could have a conversation and they would know just about the same as I know because they was into it like I was. So.
Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. But give us some predictions. I know your draft. I know your horses on both with the Cowboys besides the Eagles. Cowboys on the East, and you talking about the Chargers. I
like that San Diego team for the AFC. The NFC, I think I want to say a team that you can watch out for. I'm not saying they're going to the Super Bowl. I think you got to watch out for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hopefully, James. Hopefully, James Winston get his act together because I think the rope is getting tighter and tighter around him. Another team that I like in NFC would be I like the Cowboys. I think that injury free and Jerry Jones get out the way. I think they can do some things there too.
Mine is the Giants.
The New York Giants.
Giants my dark horse in the NFC. And of course, I'm a little biased, so I ain't even gonna say the Steelers. In the AFC. Besides the Steelers and the Patriots, I want to see what Jacksonville going to do.
Yeah, they look rough, yo. Yeah, that team.
I want to see if they're going to be a 1 year pony.
No, I think that they may take a step back, but it's not going to be too much of a step because they're in a brutal division. They got Houston Texans. Andrew Luck back in Indianapolis now. Then you got Tennessee Titans. So it's a tough division they're in. But the one team I think that's going to take a step backwards, and even they're going to improve, even though their record may not reflect it, the Buffalo Bills. I think the Bills.
You talking the Buffalo Bills, ain't you?
Yeah, because I think that they got an opportunity. I like their coach. I like some of their personnel. They still got to improve on the wide receiver.
They got a black quarterback.
No, they don't. Not no more.
Not no more?
No.
So do you think certain black quarterbacks is not fit for the NFL? No, I said that wrong. Let me tell you what I think, and then maybe you can give me an answer. Let me tell you what I think. I think black quarterbacks fit college football. Black quarterbacks are very athletic, and I think a lot of times if they can't sit in that pocket and throw the ball eventually, I think that style of play does not last long in the NFL. Well, that's my thoughts.
Well, if you look at the landscape, if you look at the landscape of NFL now, like I said before, Chip Kelly left his imprint, in my opinion, that way. And if you see now how they play now, the quarterback position is congenital or tailor-made for the black quarterback now.
The athlete.
Yes, exactly. Because you gotta be able to do two things. You gotta be able to be mobile because these pass rushers come off the edge, and the day of the stand back quarterback that lays in the pocket and complete passes is and the owners see this, and honestly, I don't think they like it.
So are the Tom Brady's and the Big Bens and the Aaron Rodgers about to be extinct?
It could be, but I think that they're going to do something because it's not about. They want to find a guy like a Tennessee Titan quarterback who got the right complexion and can move. Andrew Luck, but the one thing they're in a quandary because playing that way, you're paying the quarterbacks who is the top player athlete in the game, and they're going to be susceptible to injury. So you're going to be having a lot of money locked up in your cap space with an injured quarterback that ain't playing.
And with the linebackers being fast as shit now.
Yeah, exactly, because you look at that Jacksonville Jaguar team, man, they linebackers. You talking about Miles Jack, he running like a 4.3, and Tevin Coleman, Tevin Tevin Coleman, whatever name.
Yeah, they chasing quarterbacks down.
Yeah, the boys running like 4.4s, man. You know what I mean? They ain't playing no games out there either when they come with that heat.
Yeah.
But the thing is that my opinion about the black quarterback thing is like, in the past, you know, was saying that they wasn't intelligent enough, and that been disproved now because you had Gardner McNabb who had to go through it. He was a black quarterback, highly intelligent, played the game the right way.
Yeah.
Didn't embarrass himself off the field.
And Doug Williams was pretty smart.
Doug Williams was a pioneer because he gave them the floodgate by winning the Super Bowl. So he gave them the opportunity to do the jobs that they did.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we still got a ways to go because they're going to have to. There's still a stigma attached to it.
Yeah. Say what will the Eagles' record be?
It's too early to predict that right now because you don't know what their roster won't be looking like. But I can see them winning anywhere to 11 games.
Double digits?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. It would shock me if they didn't contend for the division. It would shock me. Like if they had a fall off, it would shock me. Because you figure they won the Super Bowl without their left tackle, their middle linebacker. You know what I mean? Like Yeah. So, and they quarterback. They top quarterback. They won the Super Bowl without the key positions. The middle linebacker was the quarterback of your defense, the actual quarterback, and the most important position on the offensive line besides quarterback is left tackle. And they won the Super Bowl.
I say at least I'll give them double-digit wins.
Yeah, I can see them. You know, it's going to be tough. Right? You know,
I'll give them double-digit wins.
And the one thing you like about this team is that, you know, that 2014 that went to the Super Bowl. Soon after that, a lot of guys were griping about the contracts. You had T.O. situation. You had a lot of guys in there griping about money. I don't see that with this team. These guys is building a foundation, an atmosphere here now where everybody want to come in and take them pay cuts to play here.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Doug Peterson.
And that comes with winning Super Bowl anyway.
Yeah, Doug Peterson, in my opinion, he was the MVP of that Super Bowl because the way he called that game. And I don't think a lot of people peeped this, but did you see the play when the two receivers crossed and smacked hands? Like,
no.
You ain't see that?
No.
Hey, out there, anybody, did y'all see that? I know I wasn't crazy. They had two receivers running a pattern across the field, and as they was crossing each other in the Super Bowl, smack hands. Nobody seen that?
No.
Oh, but Google it. It come up. We'll go on YouTube and Google put it in there. It come up.
And they actually slapped hands.
Slap hands as they running the pattern because this is how loose this team was. And confident. Like, that's crazy. You went up against the Patriots, Tom Brady and the crew.
Yeah.
I know a lot of coaches that would have clammed up to that. They went for it on fourth down.
So do you think the Patriots have a problem with the NFC East? Because the Giants beat them twice, and then the Eagles beat them.
Yeah, something can be said for that because the Eagles, if you remember, okay, Jamil, I see you. Yeah, if you remember though, the Eagles beat the Patriots a couple seasons ago when Michael Jenkins picked that pass off and ran it back for a touchdown. They beat them in New England when the Patriots were pretty good too. So, they had some familiarity playing against them. So, but my whole thing was that Doug Peterson, he didn't clam up as a coach and get, we playing against Bill Belichick. Most teams would have done it.
Yeah.
They didn't
Too
really
much respect.
Right, exactly. They went at him. They went at him from the opening bell.
They lost the game before kickoff.
Yeah, they went at him from the opening bell. They went at him. And the one thing you got to respect about the Patriots is they didn't fold. They still had an opportunity to win that game. And I think that a lot of people's mind that not playing Malcolm Butler was a difference. That's what in some people's mind.
You think it would have made a difference? I don't think so.
I think it would have helped, but
I think it made it help. At the end of the day, I don't think it would have made a difference.
At the end of the day, like
fuck,
it was what it is, and you can't count your excuse for it.
And that's why Bill did what he did.
Yeah, and I don't think it was cool what he did. I'm not okay in that because it wasn't, if I'm a player on that team, I got a problem with Bill for that.
I don't even see why. Why would you say any fucking body on a Super Bowl?
It would be just like me. It'll be just like when we went to the championship in 7th grade.
Yeah.
And Mr. Mass say, "Oh, Michael Carroll, you ain't playing today," and he hamstrung our team.
Yeah.
You know, as we going out there for opening tip-off, he telling me that you can't play.
Yeah, nah,
because
we
of some
wouldn't.
personal right.
Yeah,
He
we wouldn't
never
have,
allowed
you know, we wouldn't have that shit.
Yeah, hell no. We'd all walked off that court.
Yeah, like, well,
You know what I mean?
no, ain't nobody playing
Yeah,
that.
exactly. I ain't going out like that. And that's the thing, man. Me playing sports, it was certain guys out there that who I played with that I had confidence in. They made my confidence up. If I knew they wasn't playing or they wasn't available to play, I wouldn't say it would affect my game, but I wasn't as confident if I would have him with them guys right next to me.
I heard that. Okay, people, this is it. Any last words you want to say, Mr. Guru? Let the people know your social media outlets, your page.
Follow my page on Facebook, The Draft Guru, Lafayette Jenkins. I'd like for y'all to come in anytime y'all want to come in and ask questions about concerning your teams, concerning players. I got the knowledge. I know. So if you want to know anything about any team, I don't matter. We're not just sectarian here. We don't think about the Cowboys and the Eagles all the time. If you want to talk about the Detroit Lions, the Green Bay Packers, San Diego Chargers, Oakland Raiders, anybody, I'm with it.
All right, make sure you check out the Draft Guru page. You coming back?
Yeah, no doubt. Oh yeah, I like this, man. You know, and I'm looking forward to doing more studying and stuff like that. And as the season progresses, and telling y'all about players that I talked about on my page, and seeing how they progress their careers and stuff like that, and see just what my studying brought me out to, because I like Josh Rosen. I think that Josh Rosen is going to be a top player in this league, and I'm looking forward to seeing him play.
So that's what I'm talking about. Follow my page, man. Follow my page. My gunman is Michael Curl. Yep, that's my page. That's my page, Michael Curl. All right. Check out my show, the Turndatup215Show. The Draft Guru will be back. Maybe, let me see, if I'm correct, next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, we're gonna line him up. We're gonna have the Draft Guru back. I'm gonna do a little study in between now and then. All right. But check out my show, the Turndatup215Show, on Spreaker. That's www.spreaker.com/turndatup. You can also go back and hear the recording of this show on Spreaker. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Jamila, Antonio
Hey, she
Ferreira.
even had the answer right too. Zach Ertz and Nelson Aguilar. Yep.
See?
Shout
Shout out to Jamila,
talking
man.
about woman. You know, like
That's what I'm talking about.
I love women that know sports, man. Like my dream is to have a woman that I can sit down with and
watch the
sports
games
with.
and not
Yeah.
trip. So you know what we gonna do? Once we get things rolling, man, we gonna have some people in the show with us.
Yeah, we could.
All
I
right,
would
so-
have a special guest, man, and that's intelligent, got a good opinion. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I suckered Lane in. I wanted Lane to feel this because, and like I told him, I'm really serious about doing this, and I want him to come back, and I want us to do a show during football season. We're gonna get this thing a name. We're gonna give our show a name. You know, we're gonna invite people over to, to come on the show with us, all that. So stick with us, people. Stay tuned in with us. Grow with us, all right? Till next Tuesday, I'll holler at you. My Nuno, that's what I'm talking about, Nuno. All right? Till next Tuesday, me and Lane, I'll be back at you, all right? Peace. Bada bing. All right, that's it. Now you hit the finish joint.